everybody, it's me, Sub Sally. Hope you guys are doing well today. Today's video is going to be a little different than I have done before. It is basically to help the community and prevent them from having the problems that we have had on OrbitFactions over the past year. This is on the screen as a Cherokee Indian legend that kind of is how I feel about the situation, which is when you deal with a snake, you got to know that you're going to get bit in the end. In this case, our snake was our plugin developer for Factions Pro. A lot of the people in the community are familiar with Factions Pro. It's kind of the basis of most faction servers plugins. However, a lot of people have modified it, and Panda843 is the developer for Faction Pro, at least when we got our particular plugin from. And back in, I guess, April or so, I was running the server along with Mystic D. Dev had left, and Panda brought to my attention by accidentally that he had been the one to hack Orbit back in December when we had Orbit Jade, I believe it was, and with Orbit, both of them were hacked so severely that we were down for quite a few weeks. There was a lot of discussion on how it happened, who it happened, a lot of accusations made toward other servers, other developers, and Panda admitted that it was him. He did so thinking that Dev already knew. However, Dev had been told that but didn't believe it. At the time that Mystic and I had the server, basically we had the same issues. And here Panda says the reason we had the hacking was because he didn't like how we disrespected them, dodging the fact that he had worked for Orbit as well. And he tried to explain whenever the situation happened that basically the plugin had a hidden option right here where when you did F bypass claims or whatever, you set op. And that was all in the strength. You see right there, it's in the strength to lower line, and so anyway, that was the issue then, supposedly. However, now in this most recent hacking, first of all, the way that we discovered that Panda had done it this time was every time it's gotten griefed, we've lost 2 worlds recently to hacking. And every time that happened, I go on and I do user info, I get the IP, the ID number, all that stuff. And lo and behold, Panda gets on the server 2 days ago, and I do user info on him, and the IP matches. Now, he says this time the reason he did it is because he didn't like Dev getting rid of his server like that. So, now the way he says he did it this time is he used unregistered op accounts that don't show up in the op.txt. So by this happening, basically, if you go here and you see the different ways, different misspellings of accounts, and he would hit or miss those until he found one that had op on it. So he confessed to each time they haven't done it. In the process, when it first started back in April, he had attempted to frame me on Celestial because he basically did the same thing to them. He attempted to frame Nightingale this time on Orbit by changing his name to Nightingale, and he attempted to frame Elite. He also signed on as DevCraft, attempting to frame Evo, and I also have many screenshots of him saying he thought it was Evo to begin with. Then there was a confrontation with Mystic D and him, and so then he came on and tried to use Mystic and frame him. So with all that being said, beware if you have a faction server and you're using the Faction Pro plugin. make sure that your copy does not have hidden exploits, and make sure that you take care of your security issues and stuff like that. I hope this helps some people out, because it surely has caused some major problems with us on Orbit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I will try my best to address them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye-bye.